Okay, today I'm going to talk about the gun buyback, which is a joke. It is really a joke. I haven't gone to a pub where someone hasn't tried to sell me a gun. Any pub I go to, somebody tries to sell me a gun. I even had one guy who had a rocket launcher, believe it or not. But even if they buy back all the guns, all it means is only the criminals are going to have the guns. Right? That's it. But any farmer, any chemist can go to the hardware shop and buy enough ingredients to blow up half a building. You just go down to Bunnings or Mitre 10 or whatever. There's enough there to blow up a building. You just don't know how. I mean, farmers know how to use it. Miners as well know how to use it. Your average person doesn't know how to make these, but generally, it's a total waste of time. The gun buyback and all this is total waste of time. Any farmer, any miner, because when you come to make mines or when you're building roads, explosives are very, very expensive. So they make a cheap alternative. I can't tell you how it's done on TikTok, but it's pretty easy and pretty very, very cheap because TNT is expensive and it's not as powerful as the homemade stuff. Like in actual fact, something like petrol is pound per pound 10 times more powerful than TNT. The only difference is petrol explodes at 1/50th of a second, and if it any faster than that, if you go down to 1/30th of a second, it becomes a bomb. You know what I mean? But the gun buyback is a joke, an utter joke. Like I said, you can go to Bunnings and buy a few chemicals that can do more damage than any gun can. My solution is to, integrate the people of Australia, get the Jews, the Muslims, the Christians all to integrate and chat with each other, like each other, because you're ending all this hatred that America is putting upon Australia. And yes, it is America, because America is the only one who's making money out of this. You understand? They got the contracts, they got everything, but the solution is to get the Jews and in actual fact, I've got Jewish friends, I got Christian friends, I got everything, and none of us hate each other. We all go fishing to each other with each other. We all, really, really great friends. I've got lots of Jewish friends. I've got lots of Christians, Buddhist, Hindu friends, etc. The gun buyback scheme is a total joke. Or like I said, all it'll mean is only criminals will have a gun. Meaning if some guy in that job's got a gun, he'll come wanting to waste a whole lot of people. There's no one there to defend him. And then let's come to your corporate police, and they are, look up Queensland Government CIK, right? You'll see that the Queensland or any police are just a private company, too busy in commerce to protect the people. So it's a total joke, depending on the police. And the police officers themselves are very dedicated, honest people, but it's the system that is corrupt. And when you get a policeman, they fill him up with so much paperwork, so much blue tape, so much work that he's got no time to investigate crime. And let's face it, if there's no crime, police aren't needed. So it benefits the government to have crime. Nobody benefits from crime more than the government or the police, because if there's no crime, we don't need police. So I don't like your chances, like, oh yeah, okay, we'll send the police officer in 12 hours to you because he's too busy giving traffic tickets. All right. Even these police, they're given a quota of a minimum amount of fines, otherwise their contracts don't get renewed. Now, The Jewish people in Australia have never suffered. They've always been integrated with everyone in Australia. And what I see is this corporation trying to make a rift between the Muslims, the Jews, and the Christians. The worst of all, these evangelical Christians, they're just utterly nutty. But like I said, the gun buyback scheme doesn't work because any miner, any chemist, any farmer knows how to make explosives from simple stuff they can buy at a chemist. And I don't suggest anybody does it. The idea is not to harm anyone. And as for the Australian government, they're just a bunch of corporate pricks. Bye-bye.